Hey guys, good morning. It's your girl Chantelli, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am back this morning with another message yet for you guys. It is Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, thank God. I don't know about y'all, but these weeks have been going by so quick, y'all, like extremely quick. Like, I don't know why they've been going by so quick, why time been flying by so quick, but it is definitely not waiting for nobody, y'all. But anywho, good morning again. I hope everyone is off to a great start of the day today. Today, I did want to go ahead and talk about don't be impatient. Patience is key. God's timing is always perfect. His timing is forever life. I'm telling y'all, telling y'all. So what I mean by that, guys, me personally, I'm going to go ahead and give an example. I was, because God is working on it. I was a very impatient person. Like, I literally can not have no patience, like far as driving or just with my cat or just in general, like with, life stuff. I was just a very impatient person. Like, I just would get so irritated and be like, oh my goodness, like, I just don't have the patience for this. I just don't have the patience to wait for this. Like, it would just be super annoying to the fact where I'll just be like rushing everything, which is not the best thing to do, I've learned. Like, you literally have to wait, because when you wait, it always works out for the better good. I'm telling y'all. So a perfect example of this, y'all, would be that I used to be homeless. Quick story time real quick for y'all. I was homeless off and on twice. For me once, for me twice with that situation. But anywho, I was homeless twice. And y'all, it was not fun. Like, I used to sleep in the car and hallways and going back and forth from places. And I was just remembering how, I wanted a place of my own so bad, or somewhere stable to stay, to, have my head to lay on at night. Definitely was not a fun experience for me, guys. And those times when I was homeless, I always used to pray like every night, God, like, please let me get my own place. Please let me get my own car. Please let me, get a better paying job where I can afford to have my own place and, a car. I used to pray for that every night, guys. And, honestly, I never stopped praying. Even though it took forever, for me to get out of that situation, it seemed like, not gonna lie, like it seemed like, oh my gosh, when this is gonna be over. Like, at a point, I was starting to just give up all hopes and just be like, okay, honestly, I don't think I'm ever going to get a place. I don't think I'm ever going to get, a car of my own where I don't have to have people drive me around. Or I never thought that I would ever, have a really good paying steady job to where, I will, excuse me, be able to afford paying a car note and, being able to, pay rent on my own. So, as the years went by, because I was homeless, like I said, off and on for like a couple of years. It was like 1 year, like for a couple of months, and then, I went back home, and then, like I said, fooled me twice, I got homeless again. And then after that second time I became homeless, I was able to find somewhere stable to kind of stay for a year. It wasn't the best situation, but again, guys, you got to count your blessings. The place that I wind up staying at for a year, where, God got me together. Thank you, Lord, again. It was, like I said, not the best of situation. I was sleeping in someone's living room. The lady was kind of, let's just say she wasn't the best in the head. I pray for her. But anywho, she had a bunch of cats, and they was just not even trained, climbing everywhere. The dude that I was out of nowhere, because at first, originally, it was supposed to be me sleeping in the living room. And then out of nowhere, the lady that, had me to come stay there, told me that some random dude that was friends of a friend was going to be staying with me in the living room. I'm first off looking like, okay, first off, you just go put a random dude that I don't even know in the whole living room with me. And, I'm over here thinking, okay, you know, I'm gonna have the living room to myself. And she comes out of nowhere saying, yeah, you're gonna be sharing, you know, the living room with him. And this man was literally like 60, 50, or maybe even older, guys. And, you know, I guess he was disabled or whatever, but the main thing was that I didn't even know this dude, and I had to sleep in the living room with him for like almost a year. It was not fun, y'all. Like, and it would be situations where this dude would just, he wouldn't know how to, I guess, keep his hygiene intact, so he would be smelling. And, you know, I had to come home to this and sleep, you know, in the living room with this. Like, y'all, like, when I say your girl went through it that whole year, sleeping in that living room with that man and dealing with that lady, your girl went through it. Like, I was praying harder than ever to my God. Like, I'm like, God, please get me out this situation. Please let me get a car so that way I can get a, you know, a better paying job to where I can, you know, commute to it. I don't have to rely on no one to get me to that job. And, you know, please give me a place of my own so I don't have to worry about sharing no living rooms with nobody, or being kicked out, or being put in a situation where I don't have nowhere to go. So, like I said, I was dealing with that for that whole year. But that year, like I said, of having that patience, God, first off, he blessed me with a decent job that had got me enough to get me a car, which was awesome. I had got my first car that year, which was like the best feeling ever. I'm like, oh my gosh, I finally got a car. Like, I was so happy. And you know, that was the first step, y'all, he blessed me with. So he got me the car. And then the next step was to either get, you know, a better paying job than what I had, because it was a good paying job, but it was not enough to, you know, afford an apartment yet, I thought. So, you know, once he gave me that car, like a couple of months into that year, I wound up getting the opportunity at crazy part, the job that I'm currently at right now, still going on 5, almost 6 years, somewhere in that range, y'all. Sorry, but it's been a long time since I've been with the company, thank God. But I found this job, and, you know, honestly, like I said, it was just like the way it was just lined up, y'all. It was just so great. That's how I know it was nothing but God. But he literally had put this opportunity, because at first I was just going to do some Lyft, like maybe just do my regular job and do Lyft on the side since I had a car now, and maybe that would be enough to save up to get my own place. But what wound up happening is that he wound up, you know, putting this opportunity in my face of this job. And honestly, the job was like really well paying. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I gotta, you know, try to apply, see what's up. So I applied for it, you know, put on my best little outfit for the interview. I was all happy, la. And, you know, I went in there. The place was super nice. The bosses were super, you know, cool. And, you know, next thing I know, the next day, they was like, yeah, you're hired, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, you just gotta, you know, get your licenses and stuff a little bit in, because this, I sell auto insurance, property and auto. So I wound up getting my licenses, and y'all, like I said, it was just so crazy the way it lined up. But so I wound up getting a job, y'all, thank God. That lined up. So I had the car, I had the job. And at that point, y'all, all I needed was just a place. Like, that's all I needed. The job paid me well. The car was getting me around back and forth, no issues. So at this point, later on in that year, God decided to go ahead and give me that push. Because honestly, I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, I was getting to a point where I was in a comfort zone. And I talked about this in my previous videos. If you haven't yet seen them, go definitely check them out. But sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone. And I was in a point where I was in a comfortable, like, I wouldn't say I was comfortable, because I hated where I stayed at the moment, but it was to a point where I was scared to take that leap and get my own place, because I kept, you know, going back and forth in my head saying, well, maybe I'm not going to afford it, or, well, maybe, you know, when I do get my own place, what if I'm not going to be able to keep up with the rent, or what if I'm not going to have enough to, you know, get the deposit, or what if they don't approve me? Like, I just kept thinking of negative things, which is nothing but the devil, because the devil is a liar. But I kept thinking of all these worst scenarios that could happen, instead of just taking that leap of faith and trusting God and just, you know, letting him, you know, push me in that direction of getting that place. So what I wound up doing was like, okay, you know what? Honestly, God had to do something to push me, y'all. So I have a huge phobia when it comes to like um throwing up and just sickness and all of that, just like I don't know, just give me the heebie-jeebies. But anywho, it was so weird because that winter, everyone in that house that I was living with, because it was multiple people living there. Like I said, it was just a crazy situation, y'all. But everyone was just getting sick. Like the cats was over here throwing up, and then the man in the living room, he was up here sick, and then a couple other people in the house. So I'm like, what is going on? Like, why is everyone sick up in this place? So I'm over here panicking, don't want to go home at all at this point. Like I'm up here just staying in my car at this point. So at this point, a lady at work told me about this place that I'm currently staying at still right now. And she's like, yeah, you should apply, they'll approve you, this and that, we'll just pray on it. Again, God used a vessel to someone to talk through them to me, to tell me to get on my crap and go do it. But I was like, okay, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and apply. I'm going to go ahead and try, because I need to get my own place. I need to get out of here. I can't keep staying here. So I took that faith, y'all. I went on and applied. And, the process, like I said, it was just all, I know it was God, because the way it just lined up, like they were so nice about it. And the lady was telling me, you're going to just need, first month's payment and a security deposit. And I'm looking to myself, I don't got no money saved up. And I don't know what, because like I said, I was comfortable. I wasn't planning on getting a place yet. So I had no money saved up. I literally only was going to have like my next paycheck to, use. And she was like, you know what? Honestly, I know this place down the street from here. They'll be able to help you with your deposit. All you'll have to do is just pay your rent, like the first month's rent. So I'm looking to myself, God must really want me to get this place. This really must be for me. So I went on to apply for this place that she was telling me about to get the deposit. And why that same week, y'all, God went on and blessed me with that deposit. They went on and gave me the deposit. They was like, you know what? We'll help you with the deposit. Here you go. I gave the real estate the deposit, my first month rent, and your girl, that quick, literally like not even a whole month of a process. Like I say, like maybe a couple of weeks, but I had a key to my own place by Christmas. Like it was literally a Christmas gift come true, like a gift to me from God. Like y'all, like when I say your girl was just amazed and in tears and just so happy when I was blessed with that. I was so happy, y'all. Like, he blessed me with the car. He blessed me with that job. He blessed me with this apartment. And honestly, like, it just, the way, like I said, it all lined up. It was all in his perfect timing. Like, it all was literally put in I can't even get my words. I'm always trying to say these big words that I can't pronounce them, but y'all know what I mean. But he put it in this order to where, it worked out for the better good. And this is why I say with this message today, patience is key. Yes, it may not have happened as soon as I got homeless and at that particular time to where, I was just like really going through it. Like, well, I was going through it the whole time, but it may not have happened, right away or, when I wanted it, but God answered my prayer. God did it in his own timing. And honestly, he did it at a perfect time. And when he knew that it was time, when he knew when it was right. So, like I said, you got to just be patient. You just got to wait. I know whatever situation you may be going through or whatever you may, whatever situation you may be going through or in, I know it may suck or it may not be the best, but just know that God is listening and he will come through for you. My life right here was a testimony of how I got that car, I got that job, I got this apartment. He lined it up. He listened. He was there that whole time I was praying, and he lined it up in his best time because he had to put it to where he knew I was going to be able to afford it. He knew that I was going to be able to get to that job. He knew that I was going to be able to, to keep that car. He lined it all up, y'all. And I just got a couple of verses for y'all too. Better a patient person than a warrior. One with self-control than one who takes a city. And that's going to be Proverbs 16:32. And basically what that means is that, it's better to be patient than to go out and do your own thing. Like, far as like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and just get that place, even though I know that I can't afford it and, you know, I don't have anything. Yes, I took a leap of faith in my situation, yes. But if you know good and well that you don't have the well-paying job yet to get it, or, you know, you just going out here just doing it, then, you know, then don't do that. You know, that's like being impatient. You have to wait on God's time and pray for it. Like same for the car. Like I could have got a car before, but was I going to be able to afford it? Was I going to be able to keep up with the payments if I didn't wait for that job first? Like, you just have to wait for it. You have to pray for it, and you have to be patient for it. And that's what that means, because if you don't be patient, then you just going to put yourself in a situation where you taking out the whole city, like the whole city just for to be demolished because you wanted to do things in your way and you don't want to wait for God. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all, but I didn't drop the card. Sorry, y'all. But, and then I also have one more verse too for y'all. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and and take heart and wait for the Lord. So again, wait for him. This is Psalms 27:14. You have to wait for him, y'all. I think that's 27. Look, I can't even understand my handwriting, y'all. It's either 21:14 or 27:14. My apologies, y'all. My handwriting today, but wait for the Lord, y'all. He is great. Stop being impatient. I know it's easier said than done, because like I said, I still have some impatientness that I have to work on, and I ask God every day to remove it, because I know being impatient doesn't solve anything. If anything, it just causes a headache. It causes overthinking, anxiety, and all kinds of problems. But when you be patient, it just flows better. It just flows so much better, y'all. It really does. So I hope this message helps someone today, and hopefully it gives you a little insight of maybe having some more patience with yourself, and, you know, trusting God's time and more, and knowing that he is listening to you. Even though you may think he's not, he is, trust me. Because like I said, I was thinking he wasn't, because look at the situation I was in. But he did listen to me, and he's going to listen to your prayer too, most definitely. So if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe, y'all, and check out my last videos, because, you know, they definitely can help with some other things that you may be going through, insecurity, or, you know, don't be afraid to be alone. That was a good one. So definitely go check your girl out. And thumbs up, of course, so we can get this video out there, and share if you know someone specifically who wants to hear this word, or, you know, definitely needs to hear this. But I am going to go ahead and wrap it up, y'all. And I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.